Hey everybody, this is Robbie with Robbie's Reptiles. Sorry for the hiatus. I just got back from my honeymoon and I just finished adjusting to the married life now. So that's why there hasn't been any videos in the past 2 weeks or so. So thank you guys for being patient. And for my members, there's going to be lots of extra content coming up soon. Tomorrow especially is going to be one of the most exciting unboxings I've ever done. So stay tuned for that if you're a member. And if you guys aren't a member, you can become that by clicking the join button down below. But that's enough for catching up and everything like that. If you guys can hear the rain right now, I'm doing a couple of gecko pairings and stuff. Hopefully it just makes it sort of like a, you know, Robbie's Reptiles vibes that you can chill and study to type of thing. So as spring turns over to summer, it's finally the season. And I don't mean the season for breeding crested geckos, I mean it's fruit fly season. So I figured what better time to make a video about eradicating or helping fight against the inevitable war that will always be waged every year around this time, which is dealing with fruit flies in your crested gecko collection. So for any of you that aren't aware, crested geckos primarily eat a diet of essentially a fruit smoothie. And especially when you try to incorporate things like fresh fruits into the diet and try to add a lot more ingredients like raw honey, you are quite literally asking for fruit flies. They kind of just spawn into existence in everyone's collection. So don't feel bad, don't think that you have terrible husbandry. This happens to literally everyone. So today I wanted to go over a couple of my strategies to deal with them and how I've been able to completely eradicate them already this season. So to help break this video up, I'm going to be going over two of my favorite types of traps that I use, one that's kind of the hippy dippy way and one that is a really effective way. Although there are still home remedies to that same trap, I just feel that this one worked pretty well for me this season. And then we're going to go over what I make sure to do in order to help combat this war that we're going to be waging against our fruit flies. So first is, a basic commercial trap of any kind. This one so far has been working incredibly effectively to the point where I think these are now my favorite. And I hope that they sell a liquid thing that you can refill. Although if you do look at the ingredients, it is pretty much apple cider vinegar and then some extra stuff. I'm assuming it's extra stuff that kills the fruit flies because in here is about like 500 dead fruit flies. This has been working pretty well this season, so if you guys wanted to just buy this, no thinking or anything, that link's gonna be down below. But now let's go over the more DIY or homeopathic remedy to doing this. Now the DIY method is going to be a little bit more effort, but if you guys are someone that doesn't want to kill a bunch of fruit flies or you don't maybe want to have any of this sort of like fruit fly poison around, there is another way of trapping these fruit flies that is just as effective. It just involves a lot more extra steps. So you're just going to get any sort of jar or a mason jar or anything like that. A mason jar works great because you can actually take the center of the lid off and then you only have the rim. What you're going to do is you're going to put fruit inside of the mason jar with a little bit of water. That's what the fruit flies are going to get trapped in and drown in. You're going to get the best results with more moldy fruit because that's what the fruit flies are attracted to. They want to come and lay their eggs inside of that disgusting fruit. From there, you're going to get either saran wrap or you can actually make a cone with paper if you'd like, and then you're going to put that on top. The cone of paper method is going to be if you want to release the fruit flies outside, although I don't really care. My favorite method is the saran wrap method. So you're going to take saran wrap or even just plastic of any kind, put it over the lid of the mason jar, and you're going to tighten the rim around it. Then you're going to get a needle of some sort or even just a pencil and you're going to poke holes in the top of the saran wrap. That is going to let the fruit odors come out. The fruit flies are going to be attracted to it. They're going to go into the mason jar and they're going to get trapped in there because they're too dumb to figure out how to get out of the tiny little holes. And that pretty much does it. It's as simple as that. It's just as effective as the apple cider vinegar method. You could also make a mason jar like this with no rotting fruit in it and just put apple cider vinegar and you'll probably have pretty good success too. I tend to use the moldy fruit method though if I'm going with this more DIY method. I forget the saying, but it's like poor preparation prevents poor performance or something like that, right? It's really simple. Keep it simple and stupid, guys. When you are having a fruit fly infestation, really just make sure that you are taking all of your food out the day after feeding if you want to push it 2 days, but really you should take this out within 12 to 24 hours of feeding. This is what is drawing fruit flies into your facility. It's the gecko food because it is literally just liquid fruit, hence fruit flies. So this is the #1 reason why you're getting fruit flies is because you are leaving the food in there until your next feeding day. If you're like me, I feed twice a week. So I'd only be coming in here once every 3 days or so. Of course, fruit flies are going to start infesting. And how do they even do it? The fruit flies are laying eggs inside of your gecko dishes. So this is what you have to be aware of. This is the #1 preventative measure that you can take in order to not have really bad fruit flies every year. So whenever it comes to spring and summertime, I start taking these out the day after feeding just to be extra safe so that the fruit flies don't have a chance to lay their eggs in my beautiful gecko enclosures. By the way, I'm actually going to be vending one of my very first big reptile shows. So if you guys are local to Texas, I'm going to be vending at the San Antonio Reptile Expo. So make sure to stop by if you guys are local. I would love to see you guys. And if you guys are actually subscribed to my channel, I'm going to be giving 10% off of anything that I have at the table. I'll see you there. So to go over everything that we talked about today, you're going to want to make sure that you're utilizing traps around your facility. Really as many as possible is going to get you the best results. And just making sure to be on top of cleaning your enclosures and getting out those dirty dishes that are full of that fruit paste that the fruit flies are going to lay their eggs in, yada yada. You guys know everything now. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that YouTube mumbo jumbo. If you guys aren't a member, consider becoming one today by clicking the join button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.